Good evening, Los Angeles. Manifold here. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day today. Had a couple hours to play the Black Ops 7 beta last night, the early access beta, and I do have some positive things to say about it, of course. I do, of course, have a lot of negatives, for the beta, but overall, the beta is probably, in my mind, mediocre. I would definitely recommend you guys try it out if you can, if it's kind of your style of game, from the looks of it. But yeah, let's jump right on in, talk about the positives, negatives, and things that I would just like to see change. Offer some constructive criticism. If Activision or anybody even watches this video, we'll see. But positives, let's get into it. Visuals, I mean, the game looks great. That's something that all Call of Duties typically have. The visuals look really good. The visuals and the sound design are top notch. Of course, I thought this about Black Ops 6 as well. I really liked how Black Ops 6 looked and sounded. The sound design and the visuals in this game are really good, and it was fun to play. Just looking at the guns and hearing the gun sounds and the environment and whatnot. I thought it looked very good. The guns do feel fun to shoot. I thought a lot of the guns felt responsive. Now, I was getting a lot of phantom bullets. I don't know if that was from the packet burst or from desync or whatnot, but I was having a fun time shooting the guns. I thought the guns did feel very fun to shoot. The movement was fine, I would say. I don't know if I would consider that a positive or not. Removal tac sprint, I guess, is okay. I wasn't really annoyed too much by tac sprint when it was in the previous games. Since Modern Warfare 2019 wasn't in Cold War, but tac sprint not being in the game, I guess, is fine. I guess you can equip the tac sprinter perk for it. I guess that's a positive. I never really had a problem with tac sprint, but for what it's worth, the movement I think is fine. It was pretty good. I got to play some of the kill streaks. The Scout Pulse, the dog. I got the dog a few times as well. Those were pretty fun. I didn't get to use any of the overclock systems. I hear that the overclock is pretty fun to use. I didn't get to unlock any of the overclocks for any of the lethals, tacticals, or score streaks because I don't really use a lot of lethals and tacticals. But playing with the dog, playing with the Scout Pulse, pretty fun. The skewer sucks, so don't use the skewer if you guys are you guys using it. Don't use the skewer because that thing is not very good. Okay, now let's talk about the negatives. There are a lot of negatives in this game, unfortunately. The biggest one that I have, in my opinion, is that it doesn't feel super different from Black Ops 6, in my opinion. It feels extremely similar to Black Ops 6. The wall hop is not that good of a traversal tool, in my opinion. Now, when they design the maps to where you have to use it in some areas, of course, people are going to say, well, I was using it all the time. I was using it, on this map and that map. Well, yeah, that's because they designed it that way. And I didn't really use the wall hop feature too much. I didn't really see much of a tactical advantage to using it, so I didn't use it very much. I really didn't think it was that good, in my opinion. So, yeah. That wall hop thing is kind of unnecessary, in my opinion. Time to kill is way too fast, in my opinion. I was dying in 2 to 3 shots from some people, from some guns. I think we need to have... I don't know what our base health is now. It's probably 100. I think it was 100 back in Black Ops 6. We should definitely have 150 or even 175, I think. Give us a little bit more health. Just, a little bit. No, nothing to make us, super tanky, like in Warzone. Well, we're not even that tanky in Warzone, but... give us, a few more hit points of health. Let us be able to turn these gunfights and, react. And I know that doesn't really help the casual player, as they have said in the past, but give us a few more hit points of health and, let us be able to turn, in my opinion. The maps, in my opinion, do not flow very well. I think there's a lot of, as you can see on this map, there's a lot of, cluttered spaces that are just weird in some maps. The maps just don't flow very well. The automatic opening doors, they said there's not going to be any doors on the maps, but then it's just automatic doors. It's okay, that's kind of a caveat thing. Oh yeah, well, we technically don't have any manual doors, but there are automatic doors. I thought that's corny. I think that's very corny. If you're gonna say there's no doors, just don't add doors. Just don't add doors. I feel like that's ridiculous, in my opinion. So Let's the maps do not feel very good in my opinion, but that's just me. Talking about the movement. The movement in my mind, and I saw a lot of people talking about this. I'm not just, you know, echoing. Well, I kind of am echoing them, but I felt this during my first and second games. Is the movement feels clunky at times. Sometimes it feels really good. Sometimes it feels like I have a sack of bricks on my back and I'm running with it. Like, sometimes the movement feels really smooth, really responsive, and it actually feels like I'm running as an elite soldier. And other times, like I said, it feels like I'm running with a sack of bricks on my back. Like, I don't know what that is. I don't change anything. I don't, you know, slide cancel, do this and that, blah, 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 you know, none of that. But I guess I don't understand why it feels so different. This is more of a subjective one, so, you know, take these with a grain of salt. The endgame winter circles are goofy and stupid, as always. They just look so dumb, when the characters are, you know, doing, like, their weird facial animations, and they're pointing and stuff, and they're flexing. I, you know, don't think it looks very good, in my opinion. That's something that I would personally want to change. And honestly, another subjective thing is just for the first few matches in the beta, I would say for the first like 3 matches, I wasn't really having that much fun. I started having fun a little bit more like in the middle, but of course that's when I was playing with Break and I was playing with Smooish, you know, and we were able to have, you know, have laughs at the game and just run around and have a good time. But in my opinion, the game, or the beta, I should say, I shouldn't say the game, the beta just wasn't super fun. Like when I was playing by myself, it just wasn't fun, you know. I don't know if that's just because it's Call of Duty, you know, and in my mind, we played this game last year, you know, in Black Ops 6. There's not, it didn't feel much different. So I don't know if that was my, if that's how I felt, but the game wasn't fun at first until I started playing with friends. And of course, I don't know if that's because I was able to like engage in the game more, just have a good time, but that's just my, you know, that's just my opinion on it. Because the Modern Warfare 3 beta, you know, the Modern Warfare 3 2023 beta, that's probably my favorite beta. That beta was so fun. I was able to have a great time on that beta. The Black Ops 6 beta wasn't super bad either, but this one, when I'm playing with myself, just doesn't feel super fun, in my opinion. I don't know what it is, but that's just how I felt about it. And I don't know. I'd honestly give this beta like a 6 out of 10. Honestly, 5 or 6 out of 10. Like, it's not horrible by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's the worst beta we've ever had, because we had Vanguard's beta. This is not the worst beta ever. And I do think overall, I do think the game is going to be fun, you know, in some aspects, especially zombies. You know, I play zombies, so I do think the game is going to be fun overall. I don't think it's a $70 game. You know, if the game was like $40, I feel like more people would jive a lot better with it. But knowing Activision, of course, that's never going to happen. Something we just have to bite the bullet on if we want to play this game. And now that Game Pass has gone up, you know, there's really no reason to play this game outside of just buying it, in my opinion, because it's just with Game Pass being so expensive. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below in the comments. Are you guys having fun with the beta? Are you having a good time, bad time? What are some things that are plaguing you in the beta? Please let me know. I'd love to hear it. I do read every comment, so yeah, leave your feedback. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. I really, really appreciate it. Consider becoming a member. Consider subscribing, liking, and hyping the video if you feel like this had good insight. But overall, I hope you guys stay hydrated. Hope you guys stay healthy. Hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day. Take care, everybody.